Hey, RetconRaider here, and welcome back to Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader. As today, we try to figure out these warped catwalks. And, yeah, I mean, I studied them a bit between episodes, and from what I can see, they're the warp anomalies. They're not actually blocking us from any particular area, because there are still circuitous routes we can take to reach every single corner. And the far side is an area we've already been to. That's the room with the suspended demon engine, and then the corrupted cogitator over in the corner, where we got our data stick full of valuable information. So really, it's just this over here, this one corpse. It seems like the whole thing is kind of centered around that, which does make it pretty obvious bait. But, you know, I've got to check it out. Oh, it's Mac tonight. Gotcha. Yeah, we fought one of these guys before, back on,
ends here.
Footfall? Also, just our good luck that Abby's the one who went to check out that body. I actually thought it was Val, which would have made this a lot more problematic. But I think it's safe to say Abby can hold his own. Which frees up the rest of our guys to focus down the main. Alright, first things first. Let's get Abby tucked in, make sure this thing's locked on him. Then I'll just kind of hang out on the catwalk, kill the rest as they get to him. Task up next, so we'll have him immediately rush the Moon Man. Get that defensive field disabled. We've also got that one pink horror right on top of us. We'll have to push them off.
I will do my duty. My place is at the fore.
Pull. Perfect. Alright, that clears a path for pass. Otherwise, he would have had to use his Mechadendrite push. Okay, fine, whatever. Weirdness on the charge, but as long as he's blocking, we're good. Oh, zones? Sniper zone. Not really a lot of ideal cover here, but I guess here, this barrel?
If I may.
And pass. Alright, let's get you in there, bud. Nice. Gentle bonk. Full far. Burn this guy down.
See how the wolf succeeds.
Wow, killed him so hard, only a single blue horror popped out.
So it shall be.
And then there were none. I mean, there's still plenty around the edges, but I think we're otherwise in good shape.
Cubs play. None can do.
One more.
So it shall be.
Nice. Oh, light AoE, no big deal. Same with pass. Heinrichs, you want to get this guy off our backs? And get a little distance before we start in on the buffs.
For the throne's glory. But of course, Lord
Oh!
Captain.
Gosh darn it. Well, so much for sniper support, but thanks, bud. Guess I should have maybe peeled you a little further away before the buffs. Yeah, and I don't know what's going on with the redundant button placements, but it's fine. I guess I'll just ignore that too.
Let's see to it.
I might have just enfeebled him, but that's fine. Screamer out. Have you back up. Let's lock down Screamer 2.
Victory is imminent.
And Cass with ult on tap. So you know what? Let's get Val back in. We'll focus down the moon, man.
I'll paint your death in colors.
No, thank you. That is a weird thing to say to me, Cass, but I still love you.
I'll make it happen.
I think. Herald in half. Oh, okay. I mean, I'll take it. Herald out. Oh. Well, look at that. Took the rest of the ads with him. What an uncharacteristically polite servant of chaos. And obviously no drops from those guys since they were all banished back to the Shadow Realm. So I guess it's just whatever's on this guy. Untuning Combi Tool. Plus 25 on tech use. If owner has medium or heavy armor equipped. Plus armor on first turn. Ooh. Okay, well that's pretty solid. I mean, obviously a very fleeting bonus, but yeah, just the tech use bonus alone is already superior to what we've got on our current shifting combi tool. I mean, technically we could have both equipped, but that does feel like overkill. 200 plus in a skill is already more than enough for most checks. But yes, that is an absolute upgrade either way. Oh, and then also with the Great Librarian glasses, yeah, I had kind of a similar mindset. But, you know, we'll keep it in mind if we encounter any particularly tough checks. That's it. Let's do one last sweep real quick. Now that we've cleared the anomalies. Oh, hey. And it turns out we did, in fact, have one more thing. Nothing all that notable, but we'll certainly take it. Rest of the room seems clear. That's our corrupted cogitator right there. And I did notice last time, we can actually get up to this catwalk here. But it's empty.
Let us not dawdle.
Which I think means we're completely done with this particular floor. Let's hit up the prayer hall next. Then we'll do the main generator, and then, if we still haven't found an alternate route to Uralon the Cruel, we'll take the main lift. I just want to make sure we don't miss any side content.
Is it wargled or a trap?
You guys good? Good to get a leg up, I guess.
What is that?
That's a good question, Ulfar. I really don't know what to tell you, buddy. There's a lot going on. Fight ahead. The fetters that hold the victims are designed in such a way as to increase suffering. There is no doubt that torment is one of the elements of a dark ritual. Uh-huh. Let's get a gander at yonder cogitator. Oop. Okay, nope, we're good. We're good.
Centuries of service and practice.
I mean, honestly, there's nothing to even really worry about. If we get injured, we can just patch it back up, but still somehow nerve-wracking. Just the old RPG reflex, I suppose. The molten rock is radiating tremendous heat. The surface bubbles and hisses softly as if the magma were incinerating the very air you breathe. That's hot. Something is moving on the cogitator's main screen, but it doesn't look like code. When you draw closer, the image starts to undulate this way and that, like the coils of an awakened snake. 2 pinpricks of light appear on the screen. Something is watching you from the darkness. flickering between the unwinding coils. You know enough to determine exactly what happened to the machine. Glitchy projectors, otherworldly sounds from inside the case, an oppressive atmosphere in the room. It's scrap code again. Which I guess we can once again extract? Sure, why not? The data crypt is in place, but its slot is protected by 2 rows of metal claws, growing straight out of the cogitator's casing. They flex under your scrutiny, clutching the device even tighter. Okay, that's new. The cogitator does not react to the buttons being pushed and the handles being turned. The screen continues to display what you saw when you first approached the machine. Right, and obviously we don't want to look it in the digital eyes, but I do notice we have an option to actually turn it off, as opposed to just destroying it, which is also different from last time. When you reach for the power shutdown lever, the growling from the depths of the machine intensifies, and the screen starts filling with red. Your hand stops 1 centimeter away from its goal. Heinrichs, have you ever seen something like this before? Heinrichs gives the screen and the control panel a thorough examination. Another manifestation of the same corruption we encountered on Kiava Gamma. Perhaps if we use an auxiliary connection system. Heinrichs pries the side panel open with a knife and receives a face full of sparks and caustic reagent. After swearing and wiping a singed face, the interrogator manages to pull out a bunch of wires and cut the right cables, causing the cogitator to shut down. The claws holding the data crypt unclench helplessly. Nice. Which gets us a scratched data crypt, a storage device containing the remains of the scrap code from Kiava Gamma. Are you 1,000,000% sure about that? I mean, I guess technically it could, in fact, be the same code. Same cult, 2 different locations. Even led by the same guy. Again, very curious to see what happens with this. Eyes are still active, implies the machine's still possessed. But we do seem to have rendered it impotent. All right, yeah, I think we've gotten everything we can from this one. Let's push on. Interesting, interesting. See, like, part of me wonders if... Oh. Yes, I want to check that out. Part of me wonders if, like, this will actually have a positive outcome, like we use it to counter scrap code in future encounters.
Keep your eye on the price.
But then another part of me wonders if we're just making it easier for Kalkazar to ultimately frame us for heresy, you know? Ah, I see. You know, I was really hoping for something a bit more substantial than just blowing off some steam, but fair enough. Let's go ahead and wipe these guys real quick. Then, I'd wager that door over there should lead right around to that cogitator we just glimpsed. I mean, there was a catwalk that looked like it probably led down there too. I'm just trying to kind of loop around and come at it from behind to make dealing with the inevitable traps slightly simpler. And these guys need killing either way. You know, the Steam might not have really done much for us, but the console is still a great firing position. Assuming we even get that far down the timeline. Alright, let's get abs tucked in. Oh, come on. Range on that charge move is brutal. Yeah, we might actually have a bit of a fight here. Not a huge one, but like a 2 or 3 rounder. Lock him down. Finish this guy. Nice. And Ulfar.
I hunger for battle.
Well, you're about to get it, bud.
See how the wolf succeeds.
I look forward to it. Hey, not a bad start. But can you seal the deal?
Cubs, I have become the All-Father's worthy instrument.
All right. Alt on tap. Let's keep this ball rolling. I see another word bearer in back.
I will carve runes out of your bones. None can do this better than a warrior of the All-Father.
Oh, weird. I mean, it literally just told us we'd have line of sight from here. But I guess Ulfar does get weird with his 2x2. And it is telling us, okay, that works.
Wolves reign.
Or maybe not. Alright, Ulfar, you tried. You took out like 3, so, I mean, that's something. Oh boy, these poor guys. All that power at their fingertips. And still laid low by the humble Abby.
Indeed.
Alright, Abs, go ahead and put them out of their misery. Word bearer out. Cultist out. Alt on tap, so let's wrap this up.
A tactically sound approach.
Squeesh.
One fewer target.
I mean, 2, but who's counting? Oh, yeah, we're done. Once Abby gets going, there's no stopping him. Charge still on cooldown.
My soul goes to the true gods.
And we're good. Yeah, Val. Val never got a shot off. Hey, secret door, nice. Also, Rage Fire Plasma Gun. No special features, but I'm assuming halfway decent stats. I'll get a better gander at that later. And another storeroom. Lovely.
The machine gun grants me insight.
Triumph of the Stalwart. Plus 20 burning versus demons and Xenos. Well, that I will do a side-by-side on. Oh, but even just at a cursory glance, the Pyre is immediately better. Yeah, I don't think plus 20 burning is going to really make up the difference on that.
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
Range weaponry, nothing we need. Those, though, not useful for us as equipment, but I might cash those in later. Drusians do accept melee. Rending Chain Axe. Alright, let's crack that door. Or doors plural? Oh, interesting. So we are on the same level as Orelon. We'll need to be careful. Interesting. A bunch of anomalies just spawned. I think we're getting set up for another Herald fight. How about this door? Can we crack this one open too? We can. Not that it really helps us any. Oh. Okay, well, I was really expecting that to kick off a fight. I was not expecting it to hurt. And yeah, that does make things a mite bit more problematic, because now, instead of a fight arena, we're actually looking at a really obnoxious obstacle course. Let's swing back to the catwalks, see what it looks like on the other side.
What is it, Rogue Trader?
I am really hoping we don't have to single file our party through this, but it does feel like that's kind of what they're setting us up for.
I always have a backup plan.
Yeah, we've just got more anomalies plus a couple of steam.
Is it seemly for valued servants of the Emperor to huddle together in such a squalid abode?
Lay people always overvalue indications of status. Prestige is demonstrated through functional superiority, not the quantification of one's possessions.
Indeed. Okay, so we've actually got a door over here. So perhaps that will let us bypass all the rest of this nonsense. Though I would still like to check out that cogitator. And in looking at it here, it does kind of seem like we might be able to skirt the edges.
This is intriguing.
Also loot up top. Okay, that's not a steam plume. It's just a water leak. It looked like steam from up above.
I always get the job done.
The manufactorum has been completely converted from rock and metal processing to a much more sinister purpose. The lines have been set up to manufacture shells for demon engines. Well, that is very sad, but also, I was kind of hoping for something more substantial. Alright, okay. Let's go crack that door.
Money to be made?
Oh, right, I guess I could have grabbed that container while I was over there. That's fine. I'll get it on the way back. Oh, for goodness sake.
Pain and duty go hand in hand.
Okay, you know what? Give me a second to figure out what we're doing here. We'll be right back. Hey, we're back. And yes, it turns out it is just a glorified obstacle course. We do have to go through it single file. However, it turns out that from the steam room, it's a pretty straight shot right across to this other door here, which I assume gets us to where we want to go. Though, first, of course, we'll go ahead and grab the various bits of loot scattered about the rest of this
Let us not dawdle.
nightmare. Oop. 16 Universal Laws, the warnings. Another duplicate item. We picked one of those up back on Kiava Gamma as well. But we also picked up an injury. Let's go ahead and get that treated. And then we push on. Thanks, Cass. All right. Let's do this. Okay. Walking us into a battle arena of some sort. Hellbrand! Okay, time for another screaming match. I think we've got time. The vox speakers on the ancient monster's armor emit a blood-curdling screech that turns into the unholy murmurs of countless voices.
Collect the blood of the false believers in a cup. Reap of their pitiful strivings. Drink of their sorrow, and the laughter of the true gods will thunder in your ears.
Halbrand looks up from the bodies of his fallen brothers. You can hear the seething rage in his voice, distorted by his helmet's vox speaker. I am the wrath of the All-Father, and his wrath is to be dreaded. Traitor of the 17th, I will have your head. Stand aside, young wolf. The baleful howl are here. This prey is ours. The abomination's armor wetly gleams with profane repair scripts, daubed in blood. It has been patched with fresh ceramite in several places, evidence of serious damage received in recent battles on the surface. But the monster appears to have fully regained its strength. Its flesh swells hideously as it is flooded with the power of the warp. Alright people, this is no time for dogfighting or trading strays. So pack it up. We've got a fight to win. And Fallen to avenge. This is important. I will do battle for my pack's honor. Brother Halbrand will fall back if he does not wish to anger me. Booming drums sound from the box mounted on Halbrand's armor. In our dark, he bars the door. He who fears guests unbidden. He who fosters purpose tainted. He who dreads his reckoning. Well he knows that in our dark and savage, the grey beasts come to his door prowling. For blood they come, for vengeance they come. The guilty are their prey. Be you malefic, be you monster. Know that... A new burst of furious howling from the Hellbrood makes Ulfar falter. For the fallen, you will answer to us. Giving you a smile of darkest sorrow, Ulfar concludes grimly. To harsh retribution their blood calls us. Fenris remembers all. Fenris forgives nothing. Like two virtuosic musicians, Halbrand and Ulfar fall into a perfect rhythm of words, breath, and movement. With a fierce howl, they rush to the attack, moving as if they were not two warriors, but one. Okay. Another boss fight, this time against Doomscream and the Doomsmiths. That's a good band name. Does look to be a mite bit more manageable than the Defiler, so I'm not anticipating anything too tough here. Though we should also be sure to try to keep Halbrand alive. No guarantees he's got plot armor, so, you know, let's try not to take any chances. Aside from that, pretty straightforward. Try to get Doomscream locked on Abby. Trim the Doomsmiths, then focus fire on the big guy. Expect at least one twist and be ready to adapt accordingly. Here we go.
Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
Well, that didn't work. Nor did that.
Emperor,
Fall back.
give me strength.
Alright, we'll just have Abby focus on the big guy. They're too spread out for a single taunt at the moment. Oh, shoot. Wait, no.
It will be done.
I should have yelled. I don't think the charge stuck. That's fine. That's fine. Set zones.
I am a navigator, not a servitor.
And Pask. Let's whittle this guy down.
The Omnissiah knows all, comprehends all.
Yeah, slightly softer target than the Defiler. Should be easy to take down once we've got some momentum going. I guess the big concern is really the Doomsmiths, whether they start trying to like actively buff and or repair.
Grey hair, short hair.
Oh gosh, buddy, you bet.
I am the wind that howls.
Alright, Hellbrant, that was maybe not your best move. I mean, at least you got some distance.
None shall escape my glory.
You don't frighten me.
Oof.
An exemplary strike.
Hey, there we go.
When Fenris is in battle, who shans bleed of death?
And now we turn it around. Suppressing fire.
Feel the icy bite of death!
Full burst.
So shall it be. I was born for a greater fate.
One out. Cast clear.
See how the wolf succeeds. So it shall be. I embrace
Two out.
without regret.
Heinrich's up. Buffs. We'll get him stuck in on Doomscream. Hold him still.
Naturally.
Okay, Val. First things first, clear number 3. Nice. Okay. And now, we sound things out. Do some volume control. Oh, jeez. Sorry, Pask. My bad. My goodness, I didn't realize the ult could actually pen. Which unfortunately does mean that Pask is essentially out of this fight, but we'll at least try to keep him standing. Let's get Abby tucked in.
I will do my duty. I'm not interested. Grey hair, sure hair.
Doom Scream at 1/3. Hold fire. Abby back up.
At your beck and call.
Keep him locked.
Indeed.
Cass. Let's prop Pask up.
If only that were possible.
Ult on tap. But bring down should be enough.
Activating full sacrament.
Oh, close. With Pask set up to claim the kill. Nice. Though, you know, just in case, let's go ahead and top off real quick. We've got heals to spare, no reason to sit on them. I mean, in theory, we are about to kill this guy, but I also don't really trust that. The wounded monster lets out a scream that resonates with the might of the ruinous powers, and retreats. Its armor is riddled with holes, and its vox speakers are clogged with tangled prayers of despair and joy.
I fear not the blasphemy of the deluded, for it is promised to me. With my eye of flame I pierce the hearts of the doubting, for it is granted to me. I root out false faith, for I stand on the true path, and I will not be forsaken by the protection of the true gods.
Ulfar is drenched in the Hellbrute's blood, which carries the acrid tang of machine oil. He wipes the blood from his face and bursts into deafening laughter. The ground itself seems to quake at his mighty display of joy. Behold, All-Father, how fleeting is a coward's valor! Instead of brazen hymns, pleas for salvation come. But my hands are full with weapons laden, without a finger span for mercy or for grace. But stay the old wolf's charge against the foe. Corruption's mighty beast he did valiantly ravage, but the right to sever its rotten, weird thread will another claim, a hunter fresh and battle bold. So which will it be? Does the bold pup claim the kill? Or does the old wolf teach it a valuable lesson? Ulfar gives Halbrand a patronizing look. The battle feast I'll share with you, young brother. They do make fully savor the mead of my prowess. Remember this taste well, for in it lies triumph's sweetness, and the bitterness of loss. To my elder bowing, the right of first blow yielding, but last for myself keeping. The foe shall die by Halbrand's hand. And here we go, round 2. Yeah, I kinda saw that coming, but
My competencies are not that universal.
at least he didn't heal to full like the Defiler did. Honestly, compared to the Defiler, this guy's a pretty trivial threat. The Defiler got like 16 attacks around. This guy mostly just beat the crap out of Halbrand.
My vow is to serve. The scriptural prognosis is favorable.
Though I do note that Halbrand is next up in the queue. That is not ideal.
Sons of Fenris never step back.
Okay, okay. Nice, nice. Abby was in just the right spot to stop that advance.
None can do this better than a warrior of the All-Father.
And look at that. Ulfar's up next to claim the kill. It's fate. The heretic, lowering his gruesome weapon in exhaustion but still standing, casts a desperate glance at Ulfar. The Vox speaker crackles.
In the abode of the true gods, there is neither time nor prohibition. What is reflected there will endure forever. I was, and therefore I am, eternal. Doom scream will resound in your ears.
With glorious song, the net buzz will drown out, and with sweetest mead your traitor name will wash away. Tell the Blood Moon Wolf you fell at noble Halbrandt's hand. Hilda! Halbrand shoots a defiant look at Ulfar, who has blocked his path to the defeated monster. The young wolf raises his weapon, ready to defend his claim to the prey. Oh. Many lessons have to you, young wolf, been handed down, so let this be your last. Tread not upon your elder's prey. Ferociously declaiming the last line, Ulfar knocks Halbrand to the ground with a crushing blow to the head, sending him into a deep stupor. Of the baleful pack, worthy was the hunt. Their name will thunder at the feast of victory. Doom's scream I ripped out, leaving it to cry, a tongueless silent wail. Wolf's howl has flown, above hall arches soaring. Ulfar falls silent and gives you a pensive look. In memory over graves of brothers worthy. In memory over graves of brothers worthy. Ulfar raises his grief-fogged gaze to you. Arnulf and Skadi would have liked that ending. Fine hunting, Advetter. The prey and the verses have me well pleased. Judging by his sluggish movements, the young wolf is alive, but not entirely lucid. A storm cloud of heavy bruising is spreading across his handsome face. So I've got to ask, Ulfar, was that really necessary? We clashed in a dispute over valor and inspiration. Battle fills the true warrior's heart with joy and his mind with piercing clarity. And we on Fenris hold in special honor those who rise above the fray and share their joy with their comrades. So, do you feel your pack's honor has been sufficiently upheld? Ulfar walks over to the Hellbrute, whose limbs are convulsing in vain attempts to raise his weapon. The wolf draws a knife covered in red runes and smiles at you. The name of the baleful howl was not tarnished in this battle. Wearing the same blissful smile, Ulfar casually grabs the visor of the heretic's helm and begins to wield the blade with the efficiency of a butcher. The dying enemy rasps and gurgles, choking on blood as severed tendons snap and sawed bones crack under the Fenrisian steel. The Hellbrute's legs buckle, but he somehow remains upright, as if out of sheer arrogance. The heretic lives long enough to fully partake of the agony, and when Ulfar finishes, he is clutching the bloody horn that protruded from the Chaos Worshipper's head. Ulfar swiftly carves a protective rune into it, and proudly proclaims, "A glorious trophy." That it is. And I hesitate to ask, but what about him? Noble Halbrand, it would be unwise for you to come with us, I think. It will be some time before you are well, and I do not want to have to answer to the Allfather should you die. Let no one say a worthy warrior met his foolish end because of Ulfar. My heart is raring to fight, Brother Ulfar, but my legs are in no hurry to carry me toward the enemy. I will join the fray when I can stand, if you would be kind enough to leave a few heretics for my blade. Hey, Halbrand humbled. Really figured he'd be kind of sore about the whole sucker punch thing, but, Space Wolves are weird, man. Groaning, the Space Wolf tries and fails to stand. Hellbrute Horn Trophy. The wielder gains the Relentless Rage ability. Reduces the wielder's current armor and deflection by half, in exchange for a proportionate increase on critical damage and melee damage. And also can be used multiple times with effect stacking. You know what? I don't think I see us getting much use out of that. I would much rather be immune to damage than deal out slightly more. Wolf Tooth Necklace. Plus 15 weapon and ballistic skill, as long as you're near max health. That we might actually get some use out of. Though it does come down to what we've currently got in our next slots. That is a hotly contested slot. What else we got?
I always keep my options open.
Cargo? Sure. Heretic, not melee. I don't think the Drusians take heretical trophies. Oh, and look at that. We've actually got to check we have a chance of failing. So I guess it's time to bust out those glasses. Oh, right. Head slot. How'd that... You know, I really kind of wish they'd gone more over the top on that. The anvil, covered with the inscriptions and symbols of chaos, is designed for the work of one person. A forge master who is capable of creating sorcerous components used in complex machines. Kind of wish we'd gotten more out of that, but good to know. Which I suppose does bring us to a good place to call it. Wait, so can we actually get to Orlon from this area? Oh yeah, look at that. We've got an offshoot path. I didn't even notice that on the way in. Which leads back to the locked door we saw earlier. Okay, no, we definitely have to stop here, because I think we are now getting funneled towards Orlon. Which is the last thing we want right now. We've still got the main generator sanctum to explore. That said, we'll hit the pause button for now. I'll take care of the usual off-screen bookkeeping. Make sure we've got all of our consumables restocked. Maybe shuffle some gear. And we will pick up here next time. One more enemy of humanity dispatched. 2 yet remain. Only a matter of time. See you then. Oh, and special thanks to the Raiders, the fine folks who help make these videos possible, including but not limited to Eerie V23, Revenant, Alois, Bowman, Dragon Matrix 7, Drakiith, EgonAlter, Exsellsior, Gottlieb, James Trimmier, Lady Shayna, Giemza, OverlordPherom, RandomPassrby, RobbyB, Triphoppenskip, and Valinrook. Thanks for your support, guys. That said, if you'd also like to help support the channel, then feel free to push the buttons that do the things. Trust me, it does make a difference. Or you could even check out the PayPal, the Patreon, the Nexus GG, or the YouTube memberships. Links are in the description.
What is that?